All right, so welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Thank you very much again for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, the general stuff. Now, this is an interesting video. Now, we're half of the season, and I'm going to give you my top 10 players of the season so far. Now, this is a really, really subjective video. It's my view, my point of view, and how I see the league. Now, other persons can see the league vastly different and say, you know what, you're wrong with that. And what even the persons who I have as my top 10, you can view it and say you think um I'm wrong. Yes. You could say I think you think I'm wrong where that is concerned. But nevertheless, I'm still gonna give you my top 10. So what I'm saying is not perfect. I have to go so. So you go. No, it is open for discussion. All my players that I put in the top 10 are open for discussion. So it's not what I'm saying is law, but it is my view of the league so far. All right. So we're gonna start off with first, my club. Let's start out with first person on the agenda. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. First person on the agenda. Let me bring it up.
Go through it. Tonight's man of the match.
Romeo Gotchi is the first person on the agenda. Now, basically, this kid is the Portmore heartbeat. Portmore United heartbeat. He's the one who makes Portmore United tick. He's the one who makes things happen for Portmore United. So he is, of course, in the top 10. And he's having a brilliant season so far. So there we have it. That's our number one. That's our number one contestant. That's our number one contestant. As a son, Romeo Gotchi is having a really good season. He's been pivotal to Portmore United, being at the top, remaining at the top, not with that top of the league, but in the top six, remaining in the top six. He has been really, really crucial each time they call upon him. And for each game he play, he has showed a bit of class every single time. Only one game I've seen so far this season where Romeo Gotchi never necessarily turn up. I mean, I'm going to turn up, but he was really marked out of the game. And it was versus Montego Bay. And I really thought that the number six from Montego Bay did a really good job on him. And that number six is a very, very good player. Next player on the agenda. Next player on the agenda. This man, I think, is one of the most technical player in the league. He can score goals. He can cause any defense problem. And as you can see, Cheel Thomas. This kid is so good. This kid is so good. Unbelievable. I mean, I tell us that people, is so. I won't say it's underrated. I will not say it's underrated. I'm telling you, this kid is very, very good. His movement off the ball, first touch, his positioning, he is really good. And he's having a brilliant season so far. And he's one of the main man at Montego Bay. I do think there's a good shout for Demario Phillips as well, but it was between Demario Phillips or Gotchi, Demario Phillips, Owen Garden, Demario Phillips, Owen Garden, I think Demario Owen Garden and Chenil was the three, and tipped my hat towards Chenil. I tipped my hat towards Chenil because I thought that this season, Wagwana, the video be so. Yes, I tip my hat towards Chenil this time around. Anyways, we don't know what the video we don't know the video kick up. So that's the second player on the list. Third player, and I do believe this player may go bring up people. From my perspective, I think this player, I would say, is the best player in the league. I would say is the best player in the league. Let's have a look. This is one of the old time video. He is Dwayne Busy Atkinson. Now, he is one of the most dangerous player on the pitch every single time. You lock down Dwayne, you lock down Busy, and that's a good finish. You lock down Busy, you have a strong chance of stopping Cavalier. You lock down Busy, you have a strong chance of stopping Cavalier from getting anything. And he is very, very good. I mean, some really good. I think personally, I think he's better than the league. I think he's better than the Jamaica Premier League. That's the reason, and I think personally, as I said, from my perspective, he's the best player in the league. Where output is concerned, playing, all him up every single thing, every aspect of the game, he has it. Every aspect of the game, playing, technical aspect, dribbling, causing problems, chaos na hitting at back, finishing, assisting, creating. He has every aspect of it. Now, I'm going to touch on another player from Cavalier, who I think most persons would agree on this one. And many of us ask, those two players still. Richard King. I don't think this one is difficult. Honestly, I don't think this one is really difficult. This one kind of technically easy still. This one kind of technically easy if you decide. The one kind of technically easy if you decide. Richard King, so technically composed, so solid in defense. He rarely puts a foot wrong. I mean, rarely puts a foot wrong. He really make mistake. But when he do, as a defender, that's a golito. But he's so good, so technically good, so composed, so easy under pressure. Sometimes you can say, boy, him temper a little bit high. Him temper a little bit on the high side. Yeah. But I'm telling you, Richard King is the next player. Now, I'm going to touch on a player right now. Another player. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 players. That's 4 players out of the 10. Next player is, I'm going to touch on the next player, people. And this player in particular is from a club who just joined the league. This player is a player from a club who just joined the league. And this player, in my view, is very much at the busy, the Dwayne Atkinson level, but just below because of end product. Just below because of end product. And I think most of you guys would have already seen what I'm talking about. He is Ronaldo Biggs. You can see, look at that goal. Look at that goal, people. Crazy. Ronaldo Biggs is a proper talent. A proper talent. Unfortunately, in have to work on him in end product. If this guy start out in end product, I'm telling you, Jamaica have a proper gem on their hand. He makes the league look easy. Fortunately, he can't score. Unfortunately, he can't score. He can assist though, but he can't score. He will pick up the ball from his goal and Jimmy goes straight to the next goal and miss it. Miss up goal. He walk past all defenders, everybody. Even Pile and Salah team own a teammates them. Beat everybody. Beat walk around team own teammates them. Walk around the opponents them and just miss the empty goal. If he should work on his end product, I'm telling you, he would undoubtedly probably be ahead of Busy. But at this present moment, I have to work on the end product. But super talent in the Premier League. Next player we're going to look at is a striker from Dunga Jungle, even though on a jungle colors in have on this video, Rona Brown. I think this kid is having a brilliant season. He's having such a good season. No, it's not just finishing we get from Rona Brown. The work rate, technical ability, in and around close areas. He's having a very good season at this present moment. There are other strikers in the league who's better at him than him in finishing, but at this moment, he's one of the most informed player in the league, and he's looking really good. Creativity and all those things. So I think, so as I say, all this is subjective, because there's so much strikers and so much players who are going good. But Cheel Thomas, I think Cheel is the leading goal scorer. Cheel the leading goal scorer. Anyways, Yeah. So I think Rona Brown definitely deserves a spot. No, another striker that gets I think would get a huge call, or should I say shout out, would be Jalmar Calvin. I think Jalmar Calvin would actually get, he's having a very good season as well. But at this moment, I do believe that Richard King and even Busy is ahead of him. Busy is out, injured quite a lot. But despite injury, even though people are injured, some of the players are injured. Yes, despite injury, they are the best players in the league. And this is not talking about injury or who play how much minutes. No, this is about who is the best player in the league. Next up, let's go again. Let's next up. We're gonna go for a player that I've seen at Deer Phoenix. Now, big shout out to Robina Garden. I do believe that this was a close call between Robina Garden and Matthew Wooling, and I gave it to Matthew Wooling. I think he is at this moment one of the best players in the league as well. He is very very good, a really good central midfielder. Unfortunately, the team now do well. You know it's really hard to tell. So hard to tell when the team not do well. But I just that's just how it is. But if you watch the games, if you really watch the games, you will realize that he is very good. Now, there's another player, another central midfielder that I have to give another a shout to, and that's Nathaniel Howe at Chapelton Maroon. He is a beast. Youngster, about 20 years old. Nathaniel Howe is a beast. But there are other players at this moment who just still are ahead of him. Next up on the list, let's see who we have up next. Let's see who we have up next. Let's go up to the, the north side, next country from Jamaica. Let's go to Mount Pleasant. Kimon Bly. Now, there's two players on this list from Mount Pleasant. These two players, I mean, are having unstoppable, untouchable season. They are having, well, three players, three Mount Pleasant players, three Mount Pleasant players. But Kimon Bly at this moment is having a wonderful season. One of his best seasons in the JPL, and as it stands, he is one of the best players in the Jamaica Premier League at this present moment. Now let's move on from Kimon Bly. Let's go to the next player we have at hand, and it's still in Mount Pleasant. Still in Mount Pleasant. This is none other than Rooney. Joshan Agboola is the best central defensive midfielder in the league. He is the best central defensive midfielder in the league. And he's having a brilliant season. No, you're not getting a whoop goal from Joshan. You do get goal from him, but not a lot. But when I'm talking about a player who can really marshal the backline and control a game, he's a man. And he's having a wonderful season with an inner team at this present moment who's doing phenomenally well. Breaking records, that's Mount Pleasant. And he is a huge contributing factor to that. He's always fit, he's always consistent. And he's having a brilliant season so far. So he's in my top 10. Next up, who's the next player? Sule Makala. Captain Fantastic. Savior of Mount Pleasant. Once the game close, bear in mind, Sule will turn up. Once the game is close, I'm telling you, Sule Makala will turn up. But so all three players from Mount Pleasant, and people are going to say, maybe why have so much players from Mount Pleasant? Let me tell you something, people. There's a reason why they're at the top of the table right now. And there's a reason why at the top of the table, whew, there's a reason why at the top of the Mount Pleasant is basically creating records. A big reason. And that's because of Sule Makala. Sule Makala, Joshan Agboola, and Kimon Bly. They are doing brilliant. And they are in my top 10. They are in my top 10. that should conclude. Of course, that should definitely conclude the top 10 video. So these are the players again. Let me just run through the list. From Romeo Gomez, Portmore United, Cheel Thomas, Montego Bay, Dwayne Busy Atkinson, Cavalier, hopefully come back fit sometime soon. Richard King, Cavalier, Ronaldo Biggs, Racing, Matty Wooling, Veer Phoenix, Rona Brown, Arnett Garden, Kimon Bailey, Mount Pleasant, Joshan Agboola, Mount Pleasant, and Sole McCullough, Mount Pleasant. That is the top 10. On the can cuss. That's my top 10, people. My top 10. Anyways, big up on yourself, people. Smash like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys again. Until next time, MG Sports TV. Road. God bless. Boom. Half I season. I don't know, so I'll show the players them who perform well so far this season. Big up outside.